are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Tonight, we wrap a busy first week of the season with a second of two on a Monday night between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down, they'll start out with Akers. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
In motion goes the tight end. Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here.
Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick six, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. That's going to be caught. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ken Walker, 34 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board here first in the season opener. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
But they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
In motion comes the tight end left. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football and gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it. Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play. They're getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick 6.
Yeah, he's trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, not good for him. They were more than happy on the defensive side to gather that one in and take it to the house.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, the game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Now it's Stafford. It's caught by OBJ. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Powers through it. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 36. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Another completion there, and we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept it?
Touchdown, Seahawks! DK Metcalf, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, see, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse it. This is an important possession. but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they...
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
53, ready, stop.
Stafford now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete as well.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2nd and 3. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And this is going to be another 1st down, as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 44-yard line. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Not wasting time, going right back to DK Metcalf. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
On the ready.
They'll set up a throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Second and 15. Now to the ground. Here's Walker.
5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And this is going to be another 1st down, as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 26. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here we go, set.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Walker with the grab, left side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Will Dissling, an 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks continue to pull away here in this first half.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, here's Stafford. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
52. Hey, red. Red, yellow. White, blue. White, white.
He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hey, don't do this. Trouble, 38.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And Walker once more. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Ready?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's going to have the first down and more than that. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Seahawks. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
This one taken just inside the 10. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Stafford. That'll be caught by Cup. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Eugene and Wosu got the sack there.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much, and he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. Back to throw, Stafford. Got a man, it's hit. And now look at this, big gain but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet. But they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener. To the right side, this is Walker.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Walker.
And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Stafford to Cup there for a Rams first down. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now. and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points up.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Seahawks are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard. They see what they can accomplish.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them. Fourth quarter is ours, and they certainly weren't kidding.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Touchdown! Kenneth Walker. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Lutz will look to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. They'll run on first down with Akers.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd and 1, Stafford.
Quick slant complete to OBJ.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, it's Stafford.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced.
And now here's another interception.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Charles, you look at that run, and in your garrulous and loquacious manner, how would you break down the Nick dynasty that occurred when that was bounced outside? It was almost Machiavellian, wasn't it?
The capricious dichotomy of their play calling is almost a non sequitur. And Brandon, I have to say, my friend, the ubiquitous cacophony of your ostentatious, sycophantic ramblings have left me in a state of ennui.
Do you always have to one-up me? I thought I was bringing the thunder. I had to look those words up all morning, and then you do that. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Well, Brandon, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Seahawks, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener.
And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Washington Commanders come to town.
Meanwhile, for L.A., they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.